Hello, Pavel.
Hello, hello.
Oh, it's nice to see you again. How is your weather at the sea?
Mixed.
Mixed.
Some clouds, some sun. You know how it is. It rains.
Finally.
Gdańsk is a special zone of weather. Usually, when it's sunny and hot for like 3 days, then the next week will be like rain and wind and clouds. So, yeah, normal.
Uh, Last week here was like Sahara. S- Here in Lower Silesia, it was totally hot. It was almost 40 degrees Celsius in
Hmm?
shadow.
Hmm, nice.
Yeah, yeah, pretty nice. Especially when I'm in Wrocław. It's a pretty big city, so everything
Yeah.
here is built, and spending this in such
Hmm,
temperature time in here is awful.
yeah. There's a lot of build-up areas, but also the Wrocław has some quite nice green areas around the river and the big park. I think I
A few
remember.
big parts.
I was in Wrocław last year. Yeah, last year. I was sightseeing with family.
Have you been in
It was
zoo?
quite okay. What?
Zoo. Have you been in zoo?
No, I was not.
Oh, come on.
No. We have not visited the zoo. No. Yeah, zoo with underwater. Yeah,
Yep.
with the underwater tanks. Yeah, they are awesome. I forgot. Yeah, it was. I forgot that it was Wrocław. We were like relocating. We were for
Okay.
some time in Wrocław, then we moved to Krakow. Same name.
It's named Africanarium. Yes,
Yeah, it was
Africanarium.
cool, especially that you have to know one pro tip during the vacation that you have to buy tickets best in advance, but via internet.
Yeah.
Because then you go to a special gate and you are instantly inside. Otherwise, there is like a line of I don't know, 100 or even more people standing.
Depends.
It
Depends
was
on the day.
horror. Yeah, but during the vacation, every day is
Yeah.
almost the amount of people there is terrifying. But yeah, the zoo is quite cool. I remember now. Yeah, my son was feeding the tortoises. It was
I
quite
like that
nice.
our zoo that there are points when you can take animal food and
Yeah,
feed animals. That's just
yeah,
like that.
yeah. It's quite
Monkeys,
nice.
for example. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. The zoo is really nice. I kind of like it, but it doesn't matter. It's still extremely hot in there.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
remember that was we were during the peak of the summer, and it was like 40 degrees. I was standing in one of the ventilated rooms, and I was no, I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to.
I was in April and in Africanarium it was still pretty hot, so doesn't matter
Yeah, I know.
the weather outside. It's outside. So today I want to talk with you about something else than other times because
Yay!
we have some questions from gamers, from people who are following us on YouTube, on sorry, not YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and Discord. So, for example, they want to know what is your gameplay, what you're planning, because it's really open world and you have some plan for it, or it's just you're living with the moment.
Mm. The plan for the open world, or the
Yeah,
general conception?
general conception of the game, because
The
Jack
general
was.
conception of the game is just that we will have like the story will be more skeletal. It is like overall frame of the game, but it won't be like a main priority right now. Uh, the idea is that the story will be about new crew members and the relations that we will have with them, and they will be produced at some points. Like, I think that the best would be like the starting point would be every half year we will produce another larger update, that will present a small portion of a story and introduce larger um, a larger amount of instances to explore during the open world. We want to use the kind of elements that we showed the last time and produce more recs, simple finds, elements to explore and to upload them for the players, and like every 3 months, I think. The new batch of places to explore, and this is this is the plan for now, I think. And while we are going to increase amount of elements and places to explore.
And this brings another question. This is from me. Uh, at the beginning of the game, the player remembers some characters from the past,
Yes, yes.
and they are not NPCs right now.
No, they are not.
Will they
They are
be?
the no, yes, yes. This is exactly what I'm saying. Those characters will be now the focus of the story, right? Because
Okay.
we don't want to create pr- producing a story that is complex and has a lot of branching would take forever, and players would have to wait like year to produce another, at least I think, but about a year I think, to get like for the amount of gameplay equal to the first part, if it would be like a story, right? So
Mhm.
this is like a bad idea. We need to uh, give contents to the players on shorter intervals, and that's why we want to produce elements of the open world at a more stable pace and fill um, the world with them, and slowly build the story around the whole exploration. The story is there. The the during the beginning of the first part, we select the NPCs, but that we will meet. They will be our crew members, friends, and there will be a
Mhm.
story for them. And this is exactly what I intend for the story to proceed. And I think it will be like the frame for the picture inside, right?
So current NPCs won't be there in the future, or they will be,
Mhm.
or you don't know.
They will be probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the choices the player makes. But yeah, I will be telling some parts of their story as they still will have roles to play, right?
Yeah, but because you when you read the beginning of the game, the introduction,
Yeah.
yeah, and there's not on how to say it, except McManus, no one is mentioned. Mark, Sam, Kim, and Nina aren't mentioned in the beginning. He
No, what are you
player,
talking about? They are mentioned.
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, you are remembering either Kim or Mag that you lost because there is a trick, right? If you remember it correctly, you are selecting the people that suffered from McManus and his madness, and you are listing your friends and your NPCs who whom you have lost.
Okay, I played the beginning for a long time ago, so that might be
That's
right.
not the best explanation ever
Yeah,
on the
sorry. It's,
that you could have produced. Like, oh,
no,
it
but
slipped my mind. Not that you
yeah, but
played it
it's
a long time ago and you don't even remember it.
yeah, because I remember that there was some other people mentioned, other ships, and
Yeah.
I didn't remember about Sam or Nina was mentioned. I maybe because there
Kim and Magna for sure are there. I don't remember if I mentioned Nina and Sam. I think not. I'm not mentioning them, but that's for players to discover why I'm not mentioning it, mentioning
that's
them,
true.
right? But
That's
yeah,
true.
their story will be still expanded for sure.
Okay. So another question from our viewers was that uh, we were talking for quite a while about the second part
Yeah.
because you were showing how to uh, add another NPC, and that's why there is a question when we are planning to release the second part. Do we have some
I think we answered that
idea?
like two times already. I think I answered that to you. But I think that the October is quite safe assumption that we will release the game. We have finished translation. Now we are checking and editing the translation. We are testing the Polish version. It's already in tests. And we need to produce some of the icons, I think. And I have to write short pieces for events of death.
Mhm.
And this is all that there is to do for now to release the second part. So we are quite okay. We actually could, like throw this unchecked version. Well, not unchecked. But the testing will be okay. We have like the translation, so the translation would not be checked, and there are a lot of mistakes and errors, not edited, not redacted. So that would be catastrophical. But yeah, we have like everything written down for now, right? We still have some things that should be added, and I think that they will be again with for the patches and for the updates that will expand the universe our our game, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's again from me. Uh, do you think that in this year we will finish a third part or not?
During this again,
Till the end of this year, we release. only the second part or even more, you think?
Hmm. I
Because you said
don't
we,
think no during this no the beginning of the next year I think would be the first update for it, like probably January or yeah, January is a good estimation for this.
yeah. And
We need to create some exploration areas, smaller vessels, smaller bases to explore, and they will be done quicker, but uh, more
because
quickly,
the third
more
part will
quickly
be,
than this. But
mm,
it will still require some testing. Some
yeah, of course, but the third part will be exploration only, I think.
Mm,
Yes or not?
yeah, I think that yeah.
Question,
The,
yes or not? No, no, sorry.
the expansion we will be expanding the open world for
Yeah,
the next part. Yes, and
and
slowly we will add like elements of the story. I'm not sure how. I think that still the second part will be modified and will be enhanced during our work, but I don't know exactly the time frame for it.
that's for sure. But uh, mm, we have. Oh, sorry. Oh God, I lost myself. Okay, I'll be back to the another question. And another question is, as a game designer, you feel more important than game developer or equally or not?
Well, I always think of myself that I'm more important than anyone else. You know, no, I'm kidding. Game developer, am I more important? No, there's no. Our
What is
roles are
okay?
completely different. The developer,
What
the
is the
guys who.
difference? Because game designer, I think, is someone who is creating the whole story. Yes, the gameplay, the script, and the game developer is someone who's programming it. Yes.
What? No.
No.
Oh, come on, start learning something about game design. No, we don't have like a game
I did
developer.
a bit of research.
Game developer is a term used for the entire company. So our Story Hunter studio would be like referred to as a game development studio, right?
So game
Uh,
development is an entire team who's making the game. Yes.
yeah, yeah. This is a game developing
Okay.
team. Uh, there is a game designer and a lead writer. Okay,
Hmm.
and
And you are
I'm
both.
kind of both of them. There is a lead programmer and the testing team for now, and this is who we are. And yeah, the but I am mostly a lead writer, not a game designer. I kind of suck at designing the game itself. Well, I hope I not don't suck totally, because otherwise players would tell us that already.
Oh, I
So
think
and
not.
we kind of have like for now like kind of a positive reviews, not tragical at least. Game designer, his main focus is to provide to make sure that the player is having fun playing the game, that he gets what was promised to him by the game, by the when he started playing it. And as a lead writer, I am responsible for the content of the game, for the story that is told there, and I am responsible for the game to be okay, cool, and entertaining. But I don't, as a lead writer, I concern myself less with uh, how much fun the player will have playing the game. I don't know if this makes any sense, but I'm trying to, when writing a game, when doing the writing, I have to think that about how the given sequence, given part or events will affect, or will they, and in will provide some emotions, and the emotions I want to the reader to have. Uh, and as a game designer, I would make sure if, oh, is this exciting? Is he having fun, or he just wants to shut the application down and stop playing at all? So there are two different things, and it's kind of hard to merge them actually into one person. So I'm trying to do my best, but you know I'm doing what I can.
But while writing the script, it's fun for you or it's hard work or both?
When I'm writing, it's and I'm designing, like where's the test? Will
Yeah.
it be in a given instance? Does it make sense? You should Player should get here an item. He should be like in danger. Things
You
like
would need
that are
things like
cool,
that.
and I
Yeah.
love creative work. Doing that, right? But there's also the part when you have to like check it, play it, and constant repairing, patching things, finding errors, finding mistakes, and correcting, and correcting. That is the most boring part, and it's kind of part of a boring job. It's a rewriting hell, and I know it has to be done, and I know, and I'm actually kind of lucky that I don't have to do that like in a too big scope, because sometimes, well, sometimes I do rewrite the entire part, but I do it rarely.
Sometimes
Uh,
you have to.
yeah, sometimes I have to, but yeah, with editing and constant correcting, yeah, I'm bored to death by it, and then I'm going into, oh, it's a work mode.
Okay, but when you are correcting, rewriting, and doing stuff like this, and reading it again, sorry, and reading again the entire part or scene, do you feel like you do it differently this time, or it's great and it was perfect from the beginning?
No, no, I never think about that. It's perfect from the beginning, but I have to be realistic and know that like I don't have like infinite time to remake everything from the scratch and to once again put everything out there and to modify it.
And when we released the first part, it was like for you releasing a book. You are
Kind
a
of,
writer, so it is your
yeah,
world.
yeah. Of course, come on, it's cool, right?
Yeah,
I put a lot of work into it, and knowing that it's published finally and it's shown to everyone, it's cool, right?
it's
This is
out
my
there. It's
goal.
finally out
This is
there.
why I'm creating, and this is why I'm writing it,
Yeah.
so that others will read it. And yeah, it's quite fine. I Yeah, like I said, I like the creative process. I don't like the process that is, monotonous. Like you have to go through certain hoops, repeat and repeating the same thing over and over again. This is boring. But it's like something that I knew will be there, and I'm
You have
trying to be
artistic
brave and face
soul.
it, but
Yes.
not always it's easy.
You're an artist, yes. So creating is what you're doing for a living.
Artist, I don't know.
Yeah, because I think so. Because you said that the creating stuff is amazing, and checking it and stuff like this is boring.
Yeah, but
So I think you
some
are.
people, there is no easy way to like say, oh, he's an artist. Some people are not. I don't know. I don't think about it. I don't know if creating computer games is like that.
Yeah, it is. I think that is. You have to
Is it a
create
piece of
and
art? Are you
yes,
sure?
yeah.
Someone will is
You
going to
have to
like
create
hang it
entire
somewhere?
story. No,
Yeah, it's a creative work. That's something completely different. I like.
no.
Yeah,
Art
I
is
do.
creating. You can paint. You can write. You can sculpture. I don't know. Play music. I think it's all art. Creating games is also an art.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's like with art, some people like it, other don't. And it's
I would feel weird if someone would say, "Oh, so you're an artist," and I would say,
yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. I have a job."
Come on. No, it's not like this.
It is kind of a.
Some artists are living quite well from their work, yes, and this is their job. Writers, for
I
example, yes,
always, well, maybe, but I have to tell you how I see it. Artist is someone who creates something and
yeah,
then shows it to people,
yeah,
and then they decide they want to buy it or not. Like I
check,
would
check,
come
and check.
to Story Hunter Studio and said, "Listen up, guys. I have like this piece of thing. Do you want to publish it?" And they would say, "Oh yeah, we want to or not." Then that would be like, I'm an artist. But I was not like that. I was hired to do a job, and I'm doing a job of writing. So
Yeah,
it's
but you are
different.
creating,
Yes,
showing
I'm
it to
creating.
people.
Yes, but not the other way around. I did not create something out of my whim. Out of I want to tell people this. Like artists do. Artists
Yeah.
are painting something, for example, like a field of sunflowers, and they want to show it and their technique and the skill and something that
Mm.
they want to say with it.
But
And
remember
then they
one
present it, and then they are bought or not. I did not. That was more of a craftsman job than an artist job. So this is why I don't see it as an artistic thing.
yeah,
But
but
I
look,
think, yeah, but some,
you are. Look at this, like, I don't know. We have an artist, a painter, or maybe a writer or
yeah, okay, but
musician. Okay, and he has a contract. He has to make another paint another book. He has to write another book, another part, and it's in his contract. He has to do it. It's his job.
yeah, and then it's
So
his job. It's not being an artist at this particular moment. I don't know. I don't think about it. It's not like I
for
said.
me, you are
It's
an artist,
weird idea of me being an artist.
but you are, I think.
Maybe. Then we all are. The entire studio, because we are making the game together.
Yes, of course, but you have a lot of group works. Some books are written by a few writers,
Yeah.
and this is still a piece of art.
Yes, but such a book is not like conceived like by someone else. Okay,
Okay.
you have to understand the intent. The
Okay,
games
but
right now are usually created not not out of the need that is in the person making the creative process. Only they get like directions, guidelines, and sometimes they through their ideas someone gives them ideas and they have to take those ideas and then put them into work. They use like their skill to produce something for others. Is that artistic process? No, not exactly. It's a
mm,
commission job. It's something different from creating something that is art, because
but
artist
creating some.
creates art.
Okay, but creating by creating something, you put yourself in it, a part
Yeah,
of you, and
yeah.
this is artistic job
Yes, but
from
this
some
is
point
our
of view.
studio. Then our studio, entire studio, is doing it. Okay, so because everyone gets his chips into
Yeah.
the story, right? It's not like even our testers go like, "Hey, do you think that he should go that way? This is like, shouldn't he be like now get smacked?" And I have to say, "Yeah," and I'm changing it. So this is his input. So
Yes,
he's
but it is
represented in
your
this.
decision
No,
as a lead writer. Yes, it's your decision
perhaps,
to take
but
this
it
idea
doesn't
and
matter.
use it or not.
Yes,
Or
but
do you think it's perfect right now?
do you
You,
think there was a dude who came to like Van Gogh, you know, painting and said, "You know what? You should put more penguins." That sketch we've seen. It's a Monty Python, but yeah, with a Sixteen Chapel, right?
yeah, I know.
Yeah, you understand
Of course.
the difference. Okay, there's this is being an artist, and this is
They had
creating.
another one
Sure,
Last Supper.
we are using our creative abilities when we are creating something, but this is like less of a piece of art.
Mm, I still don't agree because art is such.
Questions, not discussion about
Why
art. We are
not?
because we are absolutely not equipped to discuss and analyze art as it exists in the world. Uh, that's
Maybe.
my belief. I believe I am not equipped, so I can only present you my point of view to this. But
Oh,
that would be like we can make fools of ourselves really, really hard if we continue this thread.
yeah, that's true. Okay, so another question. Because we were showing the editor for so many times, we have a question: what when it will be released as a product?
No,
Do we have
I'm
some?
a game designer and the lead writer. I have no idea about programming process. Where is it standing right now? There are a lot of ideas about our editor. I think that I've seen a prototype for the web browser, how it will
Mhm.
work. It looked really okay. It looks almost the same as my desktop version, but I think it still needs work and patching up things, and this is like totally out of my scope of knowing when it or if it ever will be actually. I hope so. It's a good piece of software. This is something that we are mm, pursuing, and I think it will be quite cool. But I don't know when.
I remember one thing when you talking about how good it is, that you don't have to know programming. It's my
Yeah,
favorite sentence when you describe
yeah,
scavenger engine. You don't
uh,
have to know programming at all,
yeah. It's still true.
and
I
it's my
really like it.
favorite
I
thing.
think we should make it more pretty, but yeah, And also, right now, additional feature that I really like is those building blocks.
Yeah, from
I
your
forgot
artistic
about it.
point
I
of
forgot
view.
about it, but when we started talking about it, I remembered, and I really liked it because it's a cool feature also, especially for like game designers and writers to create such things. It's quite okay. So yeah, those two are really good features in our software. So I hope we will be releasing it. I think. Oh, I remember. I think we were talking about that when we will publish the second part, Q3. Then shortly after, the editor will become available in some way. Because we are also hoping that some people might be interested in modding our game or adding something to it, and we are definitely thinking about it that it will be like a cool idea.
Okay. And another question, when we are planning to release the desktop version and for iOS?
I think that this is also the same timeline. Either when we publish the second part, which means somewhere around October, we are planning to publish also a desktop version for Steam, and I think that iOS version also will be available at that time. I think.
But because for now it's only Play Store
Yes,
for Android, yes.
yes. Our first part is on mainly on Play Store, but as far as we talked about it, the plan is that Q3 uh, of this year we will publish for the iOS and Steam. I'm
Mhm.
looking forward, especially for Steam version, because I don't have iOS system phone or Apple.
Yeah,
I do not care that much for it, but I hope it's a big.
me
It's
also,
not a big
but
thing for our programming guys to translate and no, to import it to the other platform.
yeah, because but the desktop version is I think the best because everyone can play it and everyone has computer
Not
in this
everyone has
time.
a desktop
Come
version.
on, uh,
We, we planned the
everyone has
game.
computers.
We planned the game for mobile phones rather. That's why
Yeah.
we. It's not in this current form. It's more of a desktop play game.
Hmm.
But once we start producing the open world, it it's more aimed at the mobile games,
Because
because we
I think
want the
it.
player for short time to explore some areas, some wrecks,
Mhm.
and if he has to go, it's his bus stop or something like that. He can shut down the game and return it later on. So, uh, and that was our goal. And if
And
he has some free time, then he will explore the story and the yeah, the story and what happens to his character.
mhm. And I was thinking lately about the explorations, how to take the ideas, because there's a lot of stuff. I remember when you told me that the only imagination uh, can. Oh God, I'm
Come
lost.
on, you can do it.
I don't remember the word. Yeah,
Mm,
ogranicza. Oh,
Constraints.
yes, constraints
Constrains
us.
you.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. So the The idea is that we will be adding some elements based on general concepts where the player can arrive, I think. And you must think about it like the Traveler is one of the is the first location, the main hub. Okay, and the player will like create a loop. Okay, so he will go for an exploration. He will find some things, then he will return and circle back. He has to return to Tarvelar to re-equip, restock, and do other things. But when we will create another hub, that will happen. Uh, the exploration should change, like their nature. Okay, when I designed the general idea of the game, I asked what what is our idea of mood, because every game has some kind of a mood of a feeling. Is
Mhm.
it a horror, is it a suspense, or we are just more comedy, or something like that. And the answer was that our game should have ability to encompass everything if we really need to. So this is kind of a construction like many fantasy worlds that are absolutely have like different areas that are in completely different um, fantasy settings almost. You have a like in Heroes of Might and Magic or something like that. You have like
Mhm.
necromancers, you have barbarians, you have swamp witch. So this is kind of a, like this in space. So there will be like a location that will have like a lot of thieves, of pirates, of low lives, and there will be more of stealing and doing like unlawful things. Okay, there will
Mhm.
be this will be like the hongs, which are mentioned in the first part. Like this is like kind of a area where there are casinos and things like that, and the player will have more of explorations around this area. Will be um, designed to reflect that. But there are enlightened beings, ascended beings, I think,
Mhm.
also mentioned it in the first part. We even can encounter on the Obsidian asteroid one of
Yeah.
their agents, at least the remains of this agent. So they will be like more mystical, like strange alien things happening in that area and in that kind of part of the space, right? So every part will present a different idea, and the further you go into the graveyard, the more wilder things can happen. So we think that this is the idea that will will show what the explorations will become. And yeah, in that way, the imagination is our only border that we have. Like what comes to our minds, we can put it into this game, as long as it is science fiction.
Yeah. And do you plan to visit Tantalos finally?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I still am playing with my mind that there is still like kind of an option in the second part where player actually could like skip the traveler at all. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of toying with that idea, like going totally wildly about, your choices define you. So you suddenly I have like this beginning plan from all along, and
Yeah.
introducing also the other path that
I
There
have.
is our there is our enemy that is on the frigate that we are starting to explore. Okay, and if we, I think that if we are not able to repair the ship in time, but we are able to defeat the enemy, we could go to Tantalus.
Mhm.
That's the
Because
option I'm toying with.
yeah, and Tantalosa, I have an impression that it's like a promised land to our player
Oh, of course, it's a
and his
promised land, but it's
companions.
not a promised land.
Yeah, for them, it's a promised land. It's better
Yes,
than Tarvelar, yes,
yes.
and
I
it's
would
always
still.
better.
It doesn't matter that I would change the hub for for the players, right?
Yeah,
It's
and I
not
thought that it
like
will be
McManus goes
yeah,
anywhere, that he stops hunting them, and that the story is going anywhere. Not there, but the Tantals as a starting hub as another option is has have crossed my mind,
yeah,
but it
because
would
it's
require some kind of some amount of work, and I'm not sure.
yeah.
Perhaps in later versions, when we will expand the exploration on Astra to the missing
Hmm.
decks and some elements of the game will be explored more. Then I think it may happen. But yeah, Tantalus is area that I thought about. What would mm, why would they go somewhere? What what that place should be like? Okay, because
Hmm.
they are escaping from the Tarvelar and from McManus, and this is where I decided that there is a guy who says no to corporation. He's again, once again, I will circle back to Expanse. He's like a Fred Johnson in Expanse, right?
Hmm.
Right. So there's a guy who says "f you" to everyone if they are representing any corporations or greedy, greedy overlords. This place is set to just repair ships to do to for the people who want to do an honest job. But I also figure out how it is created, how the general, because Tantalus uh, is a flying. And now I forgot the word.
Haven
No. I haven't. Well, anyway, is a place where we repair ships and create
shipyard.
ships. Shipyard, yeah,
Yeah.
flying shipyard, and the main structure and where everyone almost works is, of course, this shipyard. But below it, people who travel and explore the graveyard started to attach different things, and they created like different neighbors
Hmm.
districts, like different
Yes.
districts, and the entire station, and and again there's everyone, uh, except the agents of the corporations have to hide among the common folk and just only whispers and in the shadows, act in the shadows only. So our player again will start working at those different districts, then actually be the participant and protected by the work in the shipyard if it will come to the Tantal station.
Okay, we have a question. Will we meet in game some other races like in Star Wars, Star Trek, or Alien Predator?
No, no, we don't intend to.
So there won't be any
I
interaction with
I
alien
think I
species.
have answered that. No, we decided that we are not doing intergalactic some kind of encounter. That would mess up the world, I think, if we did. Like I said, on the graveyard, there are only dead things wandering around. And once we talked about it, and I answered this kind of ominously that there are some aliens there, but they are not the things like in a Mass Effect, like in Star Wars, like in space opera, because we decided that our game is not a space opera, and there won't be other intelligent races that are similar to us. I don't think they exist in the universe.
From existing the graveyard, from the presence of the graveyard, we can assume
I
that.
think that the physics. We only would meet because the graveyard is a place for dead things, like for
Yeah.
garbage, for anything else. If to introduce now any spacefaring civilization is absolutely against like kind of science now. So I don't think that such a race would be like in so advanced that there's no way that it would communicate with like ants going through or cockroaches going through a garbage.
Mm.
So no, I don't intend to introduce some alien races, but there are some alien races. Like I said, parasites are there.
And flies.
Not the parasites took over the people, like
Yeah.
in Puppet Masters by
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Robert Heinlein.
Mhm.
7 minutes. Any other questions?
Not for now. But we can back to the graveyard because it's my favorite topic. Graveyard is the best option you could choose. You can do anything there. You can invent anything, create anything. Graveyard is,
As
I
no, I
think, is the
cannot
best.
do anything as long as it is dead or
Yeah,
broken or
yeah, but you can
damaged.
think of something and you can put it into the graveyard, and it's okay. It
Yeah,
fits.
there's
It always fits. It's because it's graveyard.
kind of a yeah. That was the idea, but
That's why I
the
love
the
this
the
idea.
the areas like that always have like a simple catch. The people always want to know how do they came to existence, and you have to answer that at some point.
Mm,
So that's the twist, because you have to then figure out how this affects the mood, the idea. Does it fit? Does it sticks? Does it make sense? It's like with a TV series Lost. You
yeah, but
can when you create something like putting everything on the island, like polar bear. You watch the
yeah,
TV series, you know?
no,
Okay,
no.
so the bunch of people is like
I
stuck
know
on
the
an island,
concept.
and some supernatural things. So they are going, and there's like weird smoke, and the black smoke kills people like
Okay.
out of nowhere. And then they go in, and there are polar bears. Polar bears. Then on the next season, there's like ruins of Atlantis, and they go, and you are going, what is this island? And and as long as you creating another idea, you have to have some kind of sense at the end of the road to explain where did that things come from, and it does have to make sense.
But now, because you said about Tantalus, when we were talking about Tantalus,
No, we were
uh,
talking right now about the graveyard.
yeah, yes, but back when is something in my mind about Tantalus. Because okay, the question about alien species is closed. There's no, there won't be. Okay, but because of Tantalus, we can meet other people, other than Tarvelar's crew.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty interested in what happened in Tantalos. What can happen here?
Oh, no, a lot of
Yeah,
things.
I
No,
know.
like I told you, the the main portion of it is a shipyard. So and they have like strict policy. There is no artificial intelligence
Mhm.
out there. So it is like a Battlestar Galactica. This is an old fashioned place,
Analogy version.
right? So they are down to earth, hardworking people who don't want to explore graveyard anymore. So they are very strict about it, and they say if you want to like sell those things or make people go to the graveyard, to hire people to the graveyard, this is not the place to do that. You have to go away. Go away. We don't want
Mhm.
those kind of people. And in the underbelly of the space stations, there is everyone. And our player is also a guy who has to find a job, and that will not happen. Okay, so there
Mhm.
are no jobs for our player. McManus will be making sure that they are hunted, that they cannot find the legal normal job at the station, so they will have to go looking for other jobs and exploring the graveyard. So the conflict there will be like now the findings, the artifacts mm, from the graveyard are illegal goods. So that is the main idea I have for Tantalus.
Mhm.
That
Okay. So it's almost 8.
Yep.
We don't have any more questions right now. I don't even have any more questions for you. Maybe you have
Okay.
some questions for me.
No, I don't
No,
have.
no. So, mm,
So
no.
so so.
So,
Hmm?
so, 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 so. So I don't know. Let's say another week, another Wednesday, and we talk
I
about.
think that it will be our last stream in the next week. I think because the last stream for another, I don't know, almost month, because I'm going on vacation and stuff
Okay.
like that. So I don't know how when I will be back to stream, but like 2 or 3 weeks of break in our streams will be.
So you have a long vacation.
There was, let's say,
Where are you planning to go?
near Poznań. I will be bouncing back between Poznań and Bydgoszcz.
Some lake
We want
city?
to. We will be at the lake, and we want to go and play in escape rooms. In Poznań and in Bydgoszcz, there are escape rooms for kids. My wife loves escape rooms. I don't dislike them. I kind of like sometimes solving puzzles and escaping from
Mhm.
places. Sometimes they are really designed in a gaming way, in a very funny way. So, so we're going to be doing that. We're going to the lakes and other stuff. I don't know. We are
Great.
improvising often.
So have a nice time
No,
and see you
we're
next
going
week.
to see. Yeah, gonna
Yeah,
see us
we're going to see. Have a nice
next
time
week.
always,
Yeah.
not only on vacation. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
See you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.